Hello, everyone. I recently stated my intention to slow down or kind of put a halt on the knife collecting. And I have slowed down a bit. Maybe there were a few things that were left over from last year that I really should have got last year, so I got them this year. But definitely going to slow down on the collecting. But what I'm going to start speeding up on is the the use and comparative study and testing of all of these knives that I have acquired. And one thing that involves is sharpening, because factory edges are almost invariably crap, and even if they're pretty good, you can usually improve on it, right? And why would I, if I already have knives, quite a few knives that are in optimal functional performance, why would I pick up, say, this knife, even if it's a great knife, very functional, Magna cut, but it just doesn't cut that well at the moment because I never sharpened it. So I just thought I would just show these knives. These two I've been carrying pretty much every day for a few weeks. Maybe one or the other, or both, along with the other knives that I always carry on me pretty much. Like a little Swiss Army knife, or my hookbill from Captain Electro, and a mini switchblade. Hey, where's my pry tool gone? That should be in my pocket. Anyway, yeah, I like to switch out, even though I also like to kind of hone in on something. So this knife, for example, I think is just a fantastic knife. Again, especially since I sharpened it, that really opened it up to me. Because it had a very thin edge on it. It seemed like pretty good. But, you can see that I just took the shoulders off there. Went into the finish a little bit. This is also from sharpening a pencil. You'll get this on the side that's rubbing the graphene. But, let's compare this. Budget steel, how that's going to whittle. This bit of green birch here, just happened to be here, against this. Psh, no comparison. The Vosteed is way better, right? And that's just the edge geometry, presumably. Now this one I've been sharpening as well, and it's starting to come out a little mirror-like, which is quite nice. Yeah, and that's hours in of just on my Naniwa stone, which is this, I think it's kind of like a ceramic diamond. I don't know exactly what it is, but it's a pretty expensive sharpening stone, 1000 grit, and it just leaves this awesome finish. So where the awesome finish is not present is because, of waviness in the blade. We haven't got down there yet, and it's going to take a long time. But yeah, instead of just going in with the belt grinder and various or different levels of stones, you scratch it up and then take out the scratches and stuff. I just always end up with scratches when I do that. So I've just been experimenting with just using the one stone. Also because I'm going for like a full convex on this. I want like a convex saber. It's getting there. The shoulders are still more prominent here than down there. They're not really much shoulder left. So we're getting the kind of appleseed thing going on here. And this will also whittle very nicely. D2 steel. Look how well that cuts in. It's a very aggressive kind of cut on it. What I haven't managed to do with this yet is get it to a stage where you can do this kind of thing. And I think this one was there. But I was whittling with it. Oh, yeah, kind of caught there. Kind of caught. I could probably force it, but it should just cut right in, right? Forget it. Not really a very good. It looks like a good edge. Feels like it pretty okay. Wow, it's thick. It's just really thick behind the edge, actually. Now that I've been doing this with all these knives, and look at this thing is very chunky, so to get it really slicey, not a probability. But I love the profile and the feel of it. And this is a, what are they called again? Cobra Tech. Chinese manufacturer assembled in the USA. This is USA. This is China. Bastide Corgi. It's a Kershaw launch. I forgot the number. And now this thing, something got me interested in Tucson. Oh yeah, I was buying this 6-leaf fixed blade, and I gathered that 6-leaf and Tucson, kind of the same company, somehow. Although they apparently deny it, but it is known or suspected. So I was looking at the Tucson knives, and, just to look. But I saw this thing, and I said, "Wow, that is exceptional." And so even though it has a big old flipper tab, I went for it. Well, I always think you could just delete that, right? I mean, wouldn't that be nice? And you could choke up around here very comfortably instead of pranging yourself. And then when it were closed, it would look like this, instead of like that. And, the flipper works fine, but if you just use the flipper tab, it's a bit of a lazy open. But you can flick it this way or thumb, and if you put your wrist in there, you can get a good aggressive open. I must have done that 100 times now. No play. Nothing. This is another consideration. This one I had to tighten it up, and now it's loosened again. So I need to tighten this and find out, mark the spot and Loctite it. This has a bit of wobble. Little side to side and a little front to back. To start out with, there wasn't really any side to side, but there was a tiny bit of front to back. Now, I would love to know how to get this to 100% lockup, really good. Now, that might involve basically remaking the whole knife, for all I know. I don't even know how you take this apart. Go figure. Because, I mean, how do you get to the pivot to tighten it up or whatever? I'm not going to try now, but I'm figuring maybe, also, this is an ebony scale. Do they have some mechanism under here? I don't know. It's all a bit mysterious. But studying the mechanism on this one, maybe it's similar, and that could help, because this is all on display. And it's really simple, actually. It's very nice to see this button here. At work, right? So simple. A barrel, a spring behind it, this little button. That doesn't tell me where the spring is for the open. I guess it must be under one of these scales here. This side, presumably. I think I saw this on CBRX and it made me buy it. I like the Kershaw launch, but I have a couple of the little mini ones. But yeah, this thing is very interesting. Very lightweight. Really lightweight. And it's got a very friendly shape to me. No tabs, no nothing. Now these buttons, in both of these instances, I think these buttons could be recessed a bit more. And in this one, that would be interesting. It's another funny thing is that you can kind of... I beg your pardon. It'll kind of go in a ways. Observe the height of the button now. We'll do that again. Is this interesting? I don't know, but see, it goes in a little ways, kind of clicks and it sits there. Is that deliberate? So that if it's in your pocket, it'll, I don't know. It doesn't feel very quality, you know what I mean? Because it's this kind of, you'd even hear it there. Anyway, that aside, and the way it bangs open, doesn't really bang, it kind of, not the most satisfying. I like the, this one's got more of a kind of a finger snap. So I just sharpened this, and I'm going to start carrying it. And start carrying these two. I'm going to sharpen this one as well. So I'll put those back in the stack. And this, now that it is sharp, and I tried doing some whittling with it, and oh my goodness. On an old spatula in the kitchen that needed, see, it doesn't cut in maybe with that much power, but you can look at these fine curls, you know. It's got a very smooth, give you a very nice smooth finish. Well, rough that up a little. Don't I have? I really should have, but I don't. So we'll use this instead. A strop hone. Should have a strop hone somewhere. Now, would that improve our chances? I don't know, but let's see how this does. Nope. Not yet. I'll get you next time. But there was something else. Where did I put it? I had this neat little plastic bottle. Yes. Oh, hey. Found the strop hone too. This might actually do something. The paper was a bit performative. Oh yeah, I'm feeling that D2 clicky clack. Pretty thin behind the edge, this one, but the bevels were kind of steep. So I just rounded off those shoulders a little bit. Man, steel's hard. It takes quite a long time to grind on it with 1000 grit. You know, people say you shouldn't even bother doing that, and it's a waste of time, but I don't know. But ooh, right. So it'll do that. Now my question is, can I? Which this will be not really so much nearly down to the knife as down to the user. But can I chop this empty polypropylene? Beg your pardon, high density polyethylene bottle with this knife and not hit the lamp? Whoops. Sorry.